will forget. Alrighty. Don't fail me. Don't fail me. Don't fail me. Don't fail me. All right, and we're live. Let's see. Smile because we are, yes, we are live. Hey, everybody. My name is Cristina Delgado, and I have an awesome crew with me tonight. Let me make sure I'm not muted. I am not, so you can hear me. I have Paulina Nowak here in the Delgado residence with me. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have Becky Brose, who, if you don't know, is my big sister and who introduced me into this business. And we have Anna, you're going to have to help me with your last name, Vanderbeest. Did I say that right? Okay, good. I said it right. Awesome. Who is a newer coach on our team who has really taken this opportunity right from the get-go and said, I want to do this. I want to work this business. I want to help people change their lives. And so she's going to talk to us tonight from her perspective as a new coach, which we always love to do. But I'll start us off. My name, like I said, is Cristina Delgado. I have been a coach for, 8.5 years now. So quite a few years, and it's been the best 8.5 years of my life. I can say that with confidence. And before I came to Beachbody, I was married, or I still am married, I should say. I should have used the word was, to my high school sweetheart, Danny. We have 2 beautiful kids, Marley and DJ. At the time that I entered the world of Beachbody, they were 2 years old and 4 months old. And at that time, I was also a practicing litigation attorney here in Miami. So needless to say, I really didn't want to take on anything else. I was really focused on my family and my career, but one thing that was completely a mess in my life was the way that I felt, the way that I looked, and my confidence after having the babies. But when I was pregnant with DJ, who's my second, I watched Becky, my sister, get in ridiculous shape with these at-home fitness programs. One of them was P90X, which I'm sure many of you have had either have it sitting on a shelf or have had experience with it, or at least know of Tony Horton. And then she also did a program called Insanity. And I won't get too much into her story because she'll tell it. But what happened to me was, it was for the first time I felt out of control in that aspect of my life, my health and my fitness. I was, and to be completely transparent with you guys, I was not eating breakfast, drinking coffee all day long to just not be hungry, smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, binge eating at lunch, eating terrible, drinking too much. It was just not good what I was doing to my body. And before that, I had tried all the different ways to lose weight and the pills and all that crap. And I saw my sister just work out at home and get into incredible shape. And as cliche as it sounds, if she could do it, I could do it. And that's really the Beachbody way, right? Your coach can do it, so can you. And so she stumbled onto the business opportunity, and then she introduced me to Shakeology. And to be honest, the exercise part was very intimidating to me at the time because I had an hour commute. I obviously worked really long hours as an associate at this law firm. I had the 2 little ones at home. I had my husband. I had all these things. And so the hour-long workouts was something that I couldn't yet wrap my head around, but she introduced me to Shakeology. And hand to heart, that shake changed my life. It still has changed my life to this day. I still drink it every single day. It was this one thing, it was this one constant that I could control. At least that. I could drink that shake every day, knowing that what I was putting into my body was the best whole food, dense superfood shake that I could have, that I could get. And I wanted it at a discount. So I signed up as a coach strictly for the discount. And I remember telling Becky, I totally support you. I think this is amazing. You've changed your life with these programs. I love Shakeology. I want to drink this every single day, but I don't want to do the business. And because I had all the excuses, and a lot of the excuses that you might even be thinking right now. I don't have time. Right? If I could see you, raise your hands if you've kind of started convincing yourself that you don't have time. How about I don't look like a fitness coach, right? Because at the time, I wish I could put up my before picture, but at the time that I became a coach, I didn't look like a fitness coach, and I was overweight, and I had really bad habits. But what I did have was a willingness to change and a decision to improve my lifestyle. And so little by little, right, like I here and there, I would help people with Shakeology or purchase a fitness program, but I really wasn't focused on doing this as a real business. I kind of was dabbling until my sister took me to an event, and it was the first time that I sat in a room with other coaches, like live and in person, and I could hear the success stories. I could see the people, and they were showing their before and afters, and I was like, what is going on here? It was something that I had never experienced before. It was like all this positivity and people wanting change, and then they started talking about a trip that you can go on. Of course, now we're about to leave on a cruise on Sunday, but it was like, wait, what is this? And for I don't know what it was that day, but something pulled at me. It was a sign, and that sign said, just go for it, because it's already changed your life. At this point, I had already lost all my baby weight, plus, and I felt awesome. I felt really, really great. And I said, let's do this. And that was the day that I started partnering with my sister to grow our team, which is now a huge team called Diesel Nation. And at the beginning, my business was all about getting healthy, right? And creating healthy habits. But then I started seeing the financial aspect of it really helping our family. At the time, Becky has a very similar story. Let me turn off the sound on my phone. We were financially strapped, debt up to our eyeballs, $80,000 worth of law school loans that I never understood how people paid off these things. House, mortgage, we were completely underwater. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And I bet a lot of you who went through that time period, 2008 through 10, have a very similar story. It was kind of hard to not have that story during that time. And little by little, I started seeing those paychecks come in every Thursday, because we get paid on Thursdays. And at first they were small, but then they started getting a little bit bigger. And I'll never, ever forget the day that I paid more to a credit card than the minimum payment. And I don't know if you guys ever have had that, and you're like, you kind of feel like a shift, like, oh my God, I can take control of this and not be controlled by the debt and all of this stuff. And it was eye-opening for me that for the first time, and despite being a lawyer, despite having a nice salary, I was a freaking lawyer, you know what I mean? Like, that we couldn't make a move. And for the first time, I felt like I can control this, and I can get us out of this hole myself with this business that is really fundamentally and profoundly changing people's lives, right? Like, Paulina came into our life after DJ was diagnosed with autism. She's changed her life with this opportunity, and this snowball effect started happening with our team and in our business simply because we just kept going. And so it's been 8.5 years that I've been a coach. I no longer practice law. Becky retired in 2013. I retired. And when we say retired, we don't mean we don't work. We work, we still work, but we don't do our careers anymore. Now we're Beachbody coaches. But in 2014, I was able to walk away from the practice of law, which to me is still mind-blowing. And I want to just be clear, this isn't a call where I'm saying everybody's going to quit their job, you don't need to work anymore. No, because there's so many different things you can do with this opportunity, and we're going to kind of cover that. today, from someone that just wants to discount and really wants to focus on their health to someone that wants to do this as a hobby to supplement their income. And I think all of us were there in that position once. And Becky's going to talk more about how we earn. And then to those that, you know, there's a moment in their coaching career where they kind of say, I just want it all, you know, and they go all in like I did and Becky did and Paulina's did and Anna's, like, she's there, she's starting her business now. And so there's this whole spectrum of what you can do with this opportunity, and it's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity. And so, you know, we've had all the financial success in you know, my personal life. This has been one of those things where we're building not just our financial future, but a legacy for our children. And sometimes it's hard to see that from an outsider. So we want to kind of give you a little bit of an inside look into the possibility of this business. So I'm going to ask you tonight, as you listen to this and as we speak, some of you might want to roll your eyes because it's hard to believe. It's hard to wrap your head around what this business can do for your life, financially, physically, emotionally, you know, community, having a network, having a support system. It's kind of hard until it's one of the, I say this all the time, you don't know until you know. Right? You don't know until you're in and you're a coach and you're part of the team and you get to experience it for yourself. So I'm going to ask you to open your eyes, to open your heart, to open your mind to something different, to listening to us, not with skepticism, but with curiosity for something that you can decide to do that will change the course of your life. And it could, like I said, it could be in all these different ways. It could be health and fitness, which is always all of our priority. Like, that's always number one. This is why we're coaches. Number two, financially, right? Think outside the box when it comes to that, right? I say right a lot, and it might get annoying. Dan, my husband's always criticizing me for that. And I say, does that make sense? All the time. But think outside the box, because having what, you know, people on social media say is a side hustle is actually a really positive thing. That knowing that you can have a bank account for a rainy day, or to take your family on that vacation, or to do different things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Remember the $80,000 worth of law school loans? Like, I never thought that I could like get rid of that. Like, I thought I was going to die with law school loans. But we were able to get rid of those loans because of this opportunity, because I decided to think differently, because I decided to act differently, to grow, and to share this with other people. So tonight, I'm going to ask you to dream big for your life, to open your hearts and your minds to this opportunity that's so awesome. We've got an awesome team. You're going to hear about that. And so without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my sister, Becky, who's going to share her story and also about the income opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much, Christy. So guys, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. And just to reiterate something, I just want you guys to just open your minds, remove all the judgments and all the reasons why you can't, and maybe dream a little bit about why you can and how this opportunity can fill some kind of need that you, or a void that you have currently in your life. So my name is Becky Brose. And I am a boy mom of two. I love being a boy mom. I love my boys. They play basketball. We're all over the place all the time. Chase is 12 and my little one is almost 11, and he was the catalyst to all of this, if you really think about it. I'm a wife to my party partner in life, which is Larry. He is the Pied Piper. We all follow him around partying, and he's awesome. We've been married for 13 years. So before Beachbody, I had a corporate job. I went to college to be a construction manager, believe it or not. At 5'1½", I was in a hard hat, walking job sites, running with the big dogs, and I was damn good at my job, right? So I worked in construction and I loved it until one day I stopped loving it. Things changed at work, but I used to, oh, a lot of people ask me, what does a construction estimator do? Well, I used to read blueprints, I would crunch numbers, I would provide pricing for projects, actually big projects. And it was fun for a while until things changed. So a little background on me, I've always loved fitness, and I loved fitness since I was a little girl because I always had self-esteem issues and body image issues. And I realized from a young age from watching Corey Everson on ESPN that I could probably take control of my life by fitness, right? So that was a way for me to gain control. And I've worked out forever since I was in my 20s. But I didn't want kids because I thought I was going to get fat and not lose the weight. Yes, I know that sounds really selfish, but that was my perception until we got married, and boom, 4 months later, I got pregnant for the first time. And I was like, oh shit, it just got real. So I had Chase, and guess what? I didn't lose all the weight right away. I thought, oh, I'll go back to the gym. That didn't work. So I carried some extra weight, and then I got pregnant again 7 months later. But that pregnancy, the whole pregnancy, and Christy can vouch for this, that I spent the whole time like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get back on track? And luckily, my best friend's ex-husband had P90X, and she was like, you love weights. I think you can really benefit from this. I'm going to bring it to you when Chase, after Jakey is born. So at 6 weeks, exactly on the dot, I pushed play, and literally I could not finish the workout, like maybe 20 minutes. I could barely do 2 push-ups, which was very, very, very disappointing to me because I was very strong. You can ask my sister, before kids. But guess what? You know, the fighter in me was challenged on. I will get this done. I will finish these workouts within 3 weeks, like be able to do the whole hour. And I just loved it. I was like, where has Tony Horn been all my life? This guy is amazing. So I just kept doing it. And guys, as I was, transforming my body, my confidence went up, and I felt sexy again, and I felt like me again, and my attitude changed, and I was just like riding this wave, and I kept working out. 2 years later, I did Insanity and got great results again. But at the same time, guys, I wasn't happy at work, right? The situation had declined. We were in debt, just like my sister. We're both professionals, right? Making good money. We were treading water, right? We're like working hard and yet paying minimums on credit cards, putting everything on a credit card. As for me, waiting till those year-end bonuses, which during the collapse of the financial markets, construction was really, really affected. There were no more bonuses. There were no more raises. I'm like, how the hell are we ever going to pay these credit cards when we cannot make a dent? And it was really embarrassing. Our parents had to help us. I'm like, we're adults here with professional careers, and we could not, gain some momentum. So I literally, the spring of 2010, when I was about to finish Insanity, I said to myself, you know what? There has to be another way. I started thinking, Christy and I have always sold stuff, right? We've always liked having businesses. I'm going to look for something. I literally was not paying attention because the Beachbody DVDs were saying coaching the whole time for 2.5 years. And I was like, I don't need a coach. I don't need a coach. I can do it myself. I don't need anybody to motivate me. So I didn't realize all these years I'm sending people to Beachbody to buy programs when they could have been buying them for me. Literally, I guess I put it out into the universe and to God so many times, like, please send me a side business. Please let me find the right one. That one day I commented on a post on the Insanity fan page. It said, how many people have you recommended to Beachbody? And I wrote, I should get paid for the amount of people that I have sent to Beachbody. And my coach messaged me first. And that invitation to watch a video, which is what you guys are doing today, you're watching a presentation, changed my life. It opened my eyes to something more. And yes, I hesitated for 4 days. 4 days. Okay. I didn't sign up for 4 days. But once I did, and I ripped the Band-Aid, I ran with it. So what I want you to think right now is, who in your life needs your help? Because that's the first thing that I did when I started my journey, is how many people in my life need my help right now? And I created a list, right? That's what I do. I use spreadsheets. I created a huge list. I sent emails. My sister sent emails. Remember, she wasn't a coach yet. And I started talking to my family and my friends and people on Facebook, the 200 people I knew on Facebook. I started sending messages and posts. And I got out there and I told the world, this is what I'm doing now. I want to help you. I wanted to help other parents feel as freaking good as I felt at that moment. I felt great in my body. I had 2 little kids and I was hot. And I wanted other moms to see that it was possible for them to do that too, right? So I got out there. And so right now, think 3 people, write it down really, really quick, because those are the people that you're going to invite once you join our team. So I just kept hustling, right? I kept setting goals. Do you know my initial goal was $50 a week? That, just imagine if you were to accomplish $50 a week, what $200 a month could do for your family. For me, it was diapers and a Costco bill. It alleviated that stress. It could be part of your grocery bill. It could be a car payment. It could be gas. But imagine the effect of 200. Now imagine 300 a month. How about an additional 400 a month? This business can do that for you, right? Just by you plugging into the fitness, taking care of your health, and then going out there and sharing your love and passion for the fitness with others. And I just want to say something. I am a total Beachbody lover. I've completed 24 programs. 24, okay? 24. And one of my biggest dreams was to be casted in a program. I put it out there right when I started P90X, and I am in Mes de Mas, which is our only Spanish program, so you can check me out there. I'm really proud of it. Actually, a year ago, right now, I was filming for Mes de Mas. So, all right. So let's talk about, I already went through all my notes. Look, I retyped all my notes because I wanted to be organized. Okay, so we already did that. All right, so I'm moving on. So, so in April 2013, and we don't want to push any goals, because you know what? Whatever makes you happy and your definition of success is what you should focus on. At first, I didn't want to leave my job. I just wanted extra money to help us pay the bills so that we could pay off our credit card, so that we can get out of foreclosure, so I could stop depending on my parents. I just wanted extra money. But you know what? This business opened my eyes to the fact that I didn't need to be controlled by my boss or the raises or the bonuses, because I could create them on my own. And I actually got upset at my boss when I was actually making a lot of money with Beachbody, because he told me that that he had to fight for my bonus. And I said, well, you know what? I don't want it. And I actually don't need it, because I am making my own money at my side gig, because I'm working hard, and I was not going to be controlled by an outside force anymore. This business gave me the courage to take my life into my own hands and give my family something that they deserve. So I'm sure you're thinking that you're in your head, you're probably thinking, well, you know what? She's not shy. She's doing this because, she's out there, a mega extrovert. Wrong. I am one of the shyest people. Me and Paulina probably are the 2 shyest people on the planet. And look at us now, right? So I used to be terrified of public speaking. But when you have something in your life that needs resolution, you do whatever it takes. And getting my kids, so I could be present for my kids, so that I could take care of our family, so that we didn't have to depend on others, was greater than being classifying myself as shy. Christy already talked about the 6-pack, because I hear that a lot. I have a 6-pack. That's not required to be a successful coach. You just need to have the drive and the willingness to share your story and to share your heart with other people. So how do we earn? So again, I want you to start thinking about the people in your life right now that need your help. And I can tell you guys that the majority, I would say 99% of America, needs your help. Our nutrition is terrible. People aren't working out, and now we have programs that are 20 minutes. Everybody has 20 minutes. Start thinking about the impact, and also our children, right? Our parents, I see it as the mother gets fit and healthy, and that trickles over the entire family, and that transforms the future of our children and obesity and the way that the country is going to run in the future. We need to take care of this now, and it's in your hands. So start thinking about those people, because you're going to start earning retail commission off of your little market that you're going to bring in, your little tribe. You'll make 25% off the commission sales, right? But you're going to coach them, right? Because you're not going to just like throw them to the corner what we do as coaches is we support our people, we help them get results. So the best deal and what we like to promote, because Shakeology and the fitness together is the absolute solution, are the challenge packs. And that's where you can earn 33%, right? So hold on a second. You earn 33% on that. Then Beachbody On Demand. Have you guys heard of that? It's like the best. You stream your workouts, and that is something that everybody can use, because if they travel, if they like the gym, if they want to do it at home, maybe they want to take their workouts to school and do it at school with their fellow teachers or classmates. BOD is transportable, and you can take it everywhere, and you actually make 50% off commission off of those subscription. So it's awesome deal for everybody. Now, as those are the retail components, and that's where everybody starts. And honestly, my business started there, and Christy's too, because you have to get the ball rolling so that you have people who actually will be interested in coaching. Once you start bringing coaches into your team, right? You're bringing in business partners. You guys are all learning, developing your own businesses. You open the door for team cycle bonuses, which is a network marketing term for like downline commission. As your team produces, you will start seeing your income rise. And that's where the residual income is, the long-term income. And that's what you want. So this is a team sport. You have to do it together. And everyone is kind of out there in the trenches, going out there, finding new people to help and change, so that everyone then gets a little piece of the pie at the end of the day. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad, it's a really good thing. As you start to develop leaders, because again, it's a team sport, right? So the objective is, let's find people who are just like me so that we can build big organizations and change lots of lives. You open the door to another nice bonus, which is called matching bonus. And that's a leadership term, and you will actually earn a little percentage off of what your leaders are earning. So again, there are many avenues for earning money in this business, but it's not like salesy, because what we're doing is impacting lives. We are changing people at their core. We're opening the door to opportunity. And then the big nice one is the star bonus. Now that takes a lot of work, because you have to invest time in mentoring and producing leaders. But once you get into the bonus pools, Beachbody divides like the earnings for a quarter, and then they divide it amongst the leaders of the company. And that could be, we're talking about from $900 to a whole lot of money. Like it could be a salary's worth of money. It's a lot of money. So it is something that is worth investing time and learning. But right now we're talking about retailing, and really, how do we find those first three people? Earnings are attributed to amount of effort. Nobody said here that it's gonna fall out of the sky. You gotta work really hard, and you gotta find a lot of people who want to do this too. And you have to pour love into your challengers and your customers and your coaches. But we cannot guarantee your success, and it's all based on the amount of time and effort that you put in. But I hope that you guys find different aspects of our stories inspiring, and that you can maybe fill in that gap in your life with some of our stories and see how you can run with this business.
Thank you. So one thing I didn't mention when I was speaking that Becky got me thinking about was one of the things that I thought when she became a coach, which is a very common misconception or a mistake that people make. It's super common. I hear it all the time. We hear it all the time, which is that term, is this a pyramid scheme? Right? Because Becky's talking about money. Then she said, about, team cycle bonus and how all that works. And so I thought, being a lawyer and being trained to be skeptical, literally you pay all this money to go to law school for them to tell you, like, don't trust anyone, don't. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know about this, Becky. But I will tell you firsthand, being that I am a lawyer, that this is not any of that. This is something, because we provide such amazing products, right? Between Beachbody On Demand and our fitness programs and Shakeology, our other supplements, right? Performance line. We have a whole performance-based supplement line for, pre-workouts, post-workouts. Oh my gosh, so many amazing products that all of us consume on a daily basis. That's what makes this not anything illegal or anything like that. It's really a very, 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 very powerful business because of the product line. And I think that's why all of us are so passionate about it, because we use this stuff. It changed us. It helped us get healthy, lose weight. And then all we're doing is paying that forward. So someone I paid it forward to, or not.
Can I say something really quick?
Yep.
Another objection that I actually heard today was, oh, only the people who's the founding coaches are successful, or only the people who got in early are successful. And I can tell you, because Christina and I are, we're involved and we're in a lot of groups, that there are people coming in every single day that are crushing it. Okay, this business, it keeps evolving, and it keeps opening the door to new people with fresh ideas and fresh techniques and a new outlook. So absolutely not. It's up to you at the end of the day. It doesn't matter when you signed up. The success is in your hands.
Absolutely. Amen. That's a really good point. So someone that I don't know if I paid it forward to, because she signed up like on her own with me, is Paulina. So let's switch seats because she has a little presentation for you guys. So take it over, P.
Hey everyone. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
My name is Paulina Novak, and I've been a coach now for about 6 years because of this woman. She did inspire me, even though she didn't know it. So the way we connected is because when I got my first job out of college, I was a behavioral therapist, and her son was assigned as my first client. So DJ has a very special place in my heart, because I say like it was fate that like they entered my life and I entered theirs. So a little backtrack. In college, I went away for school. I did the whole like college experience. So I lived in the dorms. I ate like crap. I, went to parties. I was very social. Well, social. I was like, at the parties, I wasn't like social because I was a super introvert, like Becky mentioned. But, I participated in things. I had like the typical experience. So I did all the things like, I went to school. I got good grades. I was in a sorority. I was part of, involvement and stuff. And now Christy's like recording me, so it's super awkward. But I was like such a rule follower, right? Like I didn't really do things for myself or like because I thought it was a good idea. I just, did things that were expected of me. And that was like my whole entire life until Beachbody came in. But graduating college, like I had tons of unhealthy habits. I had 20 extra pounds that walked across stage with me. And I just kind of continued in that cycle. I didn't really have a routine. I didn't really know what was healthy. And then when I got my first job, I was working literally from the morning until late nights because I had, 2 to 3 clients a day into the evening. And I was same thing, eating like crap. I was going through Starbucks every day, getting a coffee and like a muffin or something, spending like $5 to $10 minimum at one drive-through, not even to mention like the other drive-throughs I went through for lunch and dinner. And of course, like I stayed stuck. I was miserable. I was unhealthy. My energy was low. And working with kids, like you need energy because being in a classroom with, 20 to 30, 1 to 2 year old is a lot. So I was like kind of at a breaking point. And in this whole time period enters Christy, and I like look up her name on Google because that's what you do. You like, cyber stalk people, and like her videos of P90X in the garage, like her working out doing pull-ups comes up, and I'm like, who is this lady? And I'm like super intimidated that like I'm working with her son, and like she's like not my boss, but like she had some influence in what I was doing, right? So as I got to know Christy and realized that she's like a normal person, I started to see her on the weekends when I was working at the house with DJ, working out in their garage, drinking Shakeology, like eating pretty healthy. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of curious, but I'm not going to like say anything or do anything. So I watched her and her husband get into awesome shape and stay in awesome shape for over 6 months until I was like, okay, let me get real with myself. I don't have any kids. I don't have like, a family I need to take care of. Like all I'm doing is working. I'm not even in school anymore. I need to cut the excuses and just get real with myself. Like I could drink that shake she's drinking and hopefully like, get better energy, improve my digestion, feel better, and have a quick and easy meal on the go versus driving through Starbucks every day and wasting my money on empty calories and all that sugar and crap, right? So like she said, I ordered Shakeology behind her back and the rest, just organically happened. So although I was not interested in the business, I did not believe in myself. I didn't have that confidence. I like super shy. The thought of talking to strangers or doing something like this, even though this wasn't even around like 6 years ago, we had like phone call, team calls, right? Would have scared the crap out of me. I would have laughed in your face if you told me that I would ever like stand on stage with Becky and host an event for like 300 people, but I did it. So, you know, like it was a great experience in pushing me out of my comfort zone physically with the workouts and like nutritionally with eating healthier, and then all aspects of my mindset and just the way I carry myself now and the relationships I've been able to develop because of this awesome community and this support. So it's been incredible. So from, you know, a little like shy girl to now like, you know, running my own business and having a team and being able to, like Christy said, go on this cruise. This will be my 6th free all-inclusive like paid trip because obviously I worked hard to earn it, but now sharing that and paying it forward and seeing my girls, like the coaches on my team, being able to experience that because we have been able to just share and pay it forward and get vulnerable and talk about this, and just it's a gift. We have to keep sharing it. So I'm gonna get off of my little soapbox and just say, so I don't forget, make sure you thank the coach that invited you to this.
That's right.
Thank you. Because it's not easy. Like we get, you know, nervous and shy and like, you know, scared that you'll say no. And even if you don't say yes today, I'm sure you will probably like in a couple months because we always come around, right? But just say thank you because this is a gift, and this person who invited you sees something in you, that potential and that greatness. So just say thank you. So I'm going to go through really quickly a little presentation of what we kind of do as coaches and how we do it. So fitness, Wi-Fi, and a dream. So what exactly do we do as coaches? I'm going to talk about our mission, our vital behaviors, and some of our tools. And these are pictures from different Beachbody trips and events and my awesome girls. I'm so excited.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
No, let me just do this. Yeah.
So let's debunk some myths. So do you have to be at your goal weight to be a coach? No. Do you have to be a personal trainer? No. Do you have to be a nutritionist or an expert or have like, or eat perfectly? No, because I love pizza and tacos and I'll never give that up. And you don't have to be a professional. So I never studied business. I was a psych major. I had no other like side hustles growing up. So yeah, like you don't need any of that. You just need to be, you know, a genuine person who wants to help someone and make an impact. So like it says, we're real people who are just achieving real results because we're working on ourselves from the inside out and we're making an impact. What do I press? Sorry, I'm like on Christy's computer. I don't know how to work this fancy Mac stuff. All right, so this is our mission. We help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. As simple as that. Like that's self-explanatory. Okay, so our vital behaviors, we have a few, and the images that you see here are just like some recognition stuff, shout outs from my teammates and my clients and things that we do. So number 1 is be proof that products work. So as we mentioned, the importance of starting your journey and using the products and really getting that experience and feeling the benefits from it is going to help you talk with conviction and confidence and share. Just like any other type of business you would start, like let's say you open up a restaurant or a hair salon or whatever, like you would tell your friends, you would tell your family members, this is the same exact thing. If you see a good movie, you recommend it. Exactly the same thing. If you're doing something that you love and it's making you feel good from the inside out, like why would you keep that to yourself? And that goes into number 2, connect, invite, and follow up. So in order to do this, you have to share about it and talk about it. Because if you keep it to yourself, then no one's going to know. They're going to see another coach on Instagram and reach out to them instead of you. So we help people get results. Self-explanatory too, right? If we're doing it and we're inspiring other people to get started on their journey, we're going to keep them accountable. So just, you know, keeping people on track, giving them the tools that Beachbody already provides for us. They literally have all the guides for each program. It's not like you need to make all this fancy stuff. Like everything is there. Our team is incredible. We have so many tools and resources that you just need to stay plugged in and keep people accountable and do personal development. So if you think self-help is for crazy people, reality check. We all have a little crazy, but we all can do personal development because, you know, your mindset, like if it's not right, trust me, you're going to live a very unhappy life. But if you are constantly working on yourself and improving your mindset and strengthening it, even in times when things are really, really crappy, you're going to get through it. you're going to find the light. You're going to see that inspiration, that little glimmer of hope to get through it. So, and that's what personal development does for us. And we highly encourage it, because isn't it crazy and cool, like, that this business wants you to get healthier with your mindset, with your body, with your health, and encourage that through your family, through your friends, through everybody. Okay, so here are some of our tools. So our principles and things that we share is fitness, nutrition, and support. So with the fitness side of things, this is for you and for your future customers. We have effective at-home workout programs like they talked about, P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Ultimate Portion Fix that just came out. And you can stream it from any Wi-Fi enabled device. Like if you like going to the gym, great. You don't have to stop going to the gym. You can take your workouts with you. If you don't like going to the gym like me, you can work out from home. We have the Beachbody On Demand app. So that has over 500 workouts to select from. And all of our fitness programs, they're for all ages, all fitness levels, all genders. Like, it's all inclusive for everyone. We even have programs that you can have your kids work out with you. Like, that's really cool. And daily support from your challenge group or your boot camp that your coach will plug you into, and then you can plug in your people too into also. So now nutrition, Shakeology, they talked about it. I love it. That's what I started with, and other nutritional programs. We have our performance supplements. We have a pediatrician approved nutrition shake for kids, which is super exciting, because I know, like, well, I mean, I'm not a mom, but I see other people struggle with feeding their kids healthy stuff. So I know that this is something that is a great tool for you too. Our Portion Fix container system, we have 2 nutrition educational courses and certifications that you can do as well. We have our nutrition app, and our recipes and meal guides are like vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free friendly. So we literally have something for everyone. And now the support side. So for our clients, we host private challenge groups, or some people call them boot camps. And Beachbody even created an app for us to use to help support all of our clients to get the best results. And for coaches, we have the Coach on Office, which literally all the training for Beachbody, they handle all the stuff for us. Like, we don't have to carry an inventory. We don't have to worry about like customer orders. Like, they take care of all the back end for us, which is incredible. And many businesses are not like that. And Diesel Nation Academy, so Christy and Becky and some other leaders like came together and formed this amazing training online. So you can go at your own pace. You can watch all the trainings, all the tools that you need to be successful are there. You just have to educate yourself and then implement. And then we have team calls, we have trainings, we have presentations like this. We have our private team pages. And honestly, like, just open your mind to the possibility of what this business and this community and this family can really do for you, because we are a family.
Thank you. Hold on, let me find the stop share button. So now we're switching again. Where is my cursor? There you go. So Becky, your turn. You're gonna introduce Anna for us.
All right, guys. So I'm really excited. Christina asked me, if I knew of anyone on my downline that is crushing it right now, and my first thought was Anna. She was actually sponsored by one of my childhood friends. We went to elementary and junior high together. She's one of my coaches, and her name is Miriam. Miriam sponsored Anna, and I've been watching since January, and I'm just like, whoa, what is this girl doing? Like, she is on the move, and like quickly. So she's a brand new coach. She signed up in December, and she just hit the ground running in January. So, I mean, everything she's done to me is very impressive. And I would love for you guys to hear a new perspective, right? Because she's brand spanking new and is doing really, really well. So without further ado, Anna, welcome to the call. Hold on, she's muted.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. You can hear me? Okay. Hi. Okay. So I'm Anna Vanderbeest. Thank you so much. Thank you, Becky, for asking me to be on the call. And when I saw the request, I was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, no, I was so excited at the same time. Because I literally just started in December, and then I went away for a cruise. And then the whole time on the cruise, I told my husband, I was like you, Becky. I took like 5 days, Miriam, to start off where I started. Since like I was 18, I've always been into health and fitness. My adolescence, I was chubby, so I kind of dropped weight myself. And then I was like Becky, that I said, I never wanted kids because I didn't want to get fat. I really didn't. I thought I was the only one that thought like that, but I was like, no, it's not happening. I was always a gym rat. My screen name on Instagram is Fit Gym Rat. I lived in the gym since I was 18. I tried a kickboxing class, and from there I said, I'm going to do this every day, 5 days a week for years. And it stuck like that until I had my son 2 years ago. And then I was like, what am I going to do? Because I had no babysitter and my mom doesn't live with me. And it was like, what do I do? So I had Beachbody On Demand. I actually was old school, and whenever Christmas came up or a holiday or a birthday, people would ask me, what do I want? And I would say Body Beast, or I would get the CDs. I would ask for any workout in particular, but CDs. Because at first I was like, it's a lot of money. And I was like, no, Shakeology, I don't want it. I was like, I don't want it. I don't need it. I drink protein shakes. I was like classical, like refusal, no, too much money. So I did my workout. 5 years ago, I tuned into like Insanity, and my husband and I did it to the T, and we had great results. And then, somewhere down the line, you get sidetracked. When my son was born, I said I had an emergency C-section, which was really hard for me because I had a perfect pregnancy. So it was like totally unexpected. And to have like the little pouch, like on my stomach, when I never had a scar, when I never had anything, people were like, but you look fine. But I was just like, it's not me. Like I had the mom pouch and I had my scar. And it took me a lot. But when my 2-week follow-up, I asked the doctor, can I work out? And he said, yes, you're good. So at that 2 weeks, I went back home the next day and I started Core de Force. And I did it, and I stuck it out. And I felt better immediately because I was still nursing. My son is 2.5. And, when people say I don't have time, I don't need this and that, you make it work. You make it work when you want something to work. So I was kind of the Beachbody On Demand member. My coach, now that I see it, I was like, she was so good about it. She just, every now and then there'd be a promotion, Shakeology, she'd offer it. I was like, no, I'm good. I kind of thought, I don't need the motivation. I can do it myself. I don't need anybody on top of me, just like Becky. And I hear your story, Becky, and I'm like, it's so me. I was like, I don't need it. And I always thought, why do I need to motivate others if people are not invested? Like, why am I going to invest the time? When somebody wants something, they'll do it. And then when Miriam kind of just popped the question, she was like, have you ever considered being a coach? I was like, nah. I was like, I don't know. And then it took me a week to really think about it, because I'm a slow processor and I take decisions very seriously, because I know that when I make a decision, I don't half-ass it. Like, I just want to do it 200%. So after a week, I said, okay, yes. But I told me I'm going to do it. And I literally signed up as a coach. And then I went on a cruise for a week. And as soon as I got back, like, we were in the port, and I was like, we scheduled our call, and everything just kind of flowed. And I did feel overwhelmed at first because it's so many resources. But it's really tools to make us successful, that I said, I'm just going to take it one day at a time. And I started listening in little gaps of time, because I work full-time I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So I work full-time. I have a toddler who's 2.5. I do my own cooking. I have a house, a husband who works full-time. So I have the responsibilities that everyone else has. I just said, okay, little pockets of time. So I would walk my dog and listen to these calls. And I made a note to every Monday, whether I was driving home from a field visit or at some point, I would listen to the team call, do the Diesel Nation trainings, just start reading. And I literally just followed everything that Paulina, the one, everything that she went through. It literally was, okay, just be a product of the product. So come January, when Transform 20 came out, my mindset was, I'm going to do Live 4 because I want to lift weights. But everything was everything was about Transform 20. And I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this like fresh start. I'm going to do a transformation, because to the average person, people see me and they're like, but you're thin, you're fine, like, you're good. But they don't know that that's not my 100%. It wasn't where I wanted to be. I kind of had just accepted that I was going to have like a little mom pouch. And I was like, I look better than the average mom. I'm okay. But I really wasn't okay. So I took on the Transform 20 with my husband. Thank God he just goes with the flow. And I'm like, we're doing this and we're doing this. And we did it. And he lost 20 pounds and I lost 16, and I maintained it. And then I'm doing the Live 4. I literally, I went to Super Saturday, which was also recommended. my coach didn't go, and I was kind of like, do I go? So I made my husband go. And he was like, okay, I'm doing it because I love you. But it was a great experience because yeah, you see everyone, and kind of like Christina's first experience, you're like, okay, it's like so much, and it's like a whole community, and I was like, I want it. Like I want it for two reasons. I wanted it because I love health and fitness. I truly do care about people. I'm a social worker at heart. I've always liked to help people, but my passion is health and fitness. So at Super Saturday, I was kind of just more motivated to continue and do it. And I've just been focusing on my own transformation as well and sharing that. And then as I've been able to share and get other people on board, especially the personal development part, even though I've had years of schooling and I've run support groups and I've helped caregivers and I've worked with people with chronic illnesses, the ability to really focus on my self-care as a mother, as much as I have always encouraged it and helped people with it, it literally brought me back and forced me to like, hey, take the time, because all of these personal development books, I was like, when am I going to read them? I just started hearing them on audio, and they are just like reminders. A lot of things are just reminders of things that I think everyone needs to hear. Like she said, like we're all a little crazy. There's all a little. So everyone can benefit from a little therapy, and everyone can benefit from being reminded that you have to focus on yourself. So I feel like not only is it my responsibility as a social worker, as a mom, and as a normal human being, but to really find people, men and women, but especially women, and I find Hispanic women that tend to put themselves last. I feel like it's just so important for them to put themselves first, because I've been seeing it like on a professional level for over 11 years. And I've seen what happens when the person's 70, 80 years old and you never really tapped into that. And it's just so sad. So why not help others, not only physically, but mentally, spiritually? I think the key things and the impact, it's funny, but the impact, something so simple as my husband isn't snoring since he lost 20 pounds, is amazing. Amazing. He feels more energy, which makes me super happy. He's super focused because he wants to maintain his results as well. What I really find joy in helping others. My mom is on board. When Becky says make a list, I made my list. And every day I come across someone and I'm like, this one. And I have a notebook, guys. I have a very motivating notebook that I literally take my notes and I write, because as you start asking people, maybe they'll tell you not now, but in April, or not now, but when I get back from a trip. If you don't remember to follow up when they get back, then they might not remember. And then at first it's like, do I want to reach out? I don't want to be salesy. I am the least salesperson there is ever in this world. But when they actually find that, like, oh my God, she cared enough, she remembered, yes, thank you. So the follow-ups I find are super, super important, because you always want someone to care, and I truly do care. So I think also I have to point out, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling, Becky said something, and it was in one of your live videos about coaching your own way. And I did feel a little overwhelmed and like, how do I coach? And like the comparison game, and I'm not there yet, and I'm like a newbie. And when she said something about coaching your own way, at first I was like, maybe I'm trying too hard. Like maybe I'm getting too involved or caring too much. And then when she said that, I was like, you know what? It's me. I'd rather go slow, but make sure that the person that I'm trying to help really knows that I care, because I do, versus let me make a sale or let me sell them a challenge pack and then abandon them. Like my mom tells me, Mamita, you invest so much time, because I help people get their meal plans in place. And I make sure that if they're not losing enough weight, that what are they doing? What's off? Is it the timing? Is it something? So if I do that, it's because I care. And when a person feels that you truly care, they're going to want to have results for life. And happy customers make potential happy coaches, because they are going to want to pay it forward. So I truly love every aspect of it. And I had no idea that somebody was watching me. So when Becky kind of like popped out of nowhere and was like, "You're doing great," I was like, "Oh," I told my coach, I didn't know anybody checked. So it was like getting a gold star on a, like in a kindergarten wall. I was like, I got a gold star. I was like, something told me you're doing good. And I was like, just keep doing what you're doing. So that's it. That's what I'm doing.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I loved your story. You're fantastic.
Thank
Let me
you.
ask you one quick question and then we'll wrap up because we're getting close to the
Yes.
10 mark. So you've made some income, right?
Yes, I'm sorry if I forgot to mention.
No. I
someone
just
know.
want to ask, like, well, you don't have to say how much, but what have you done with that income? Are you saving it? Are you using it for something?
It's funny because my first one was like baby. It was like $18, and I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. And then it's kind of range. It went to like 70 or 80. And then last week, I will share because I was super happy. And I told Becky it was like 329 or 340. And I was like, oh my God. Because when I remembered Becky said 50 a week, I'm like, okay, check. I said, I got that. And then Becky told me, well, you need to bump it up. And because I hadn't put a number, I was just like, man, whatever comes in, comes in. Like, because I wasn't focused on, and I'm really not focusing, like, I don't need to buy a car. Like, I just wanted that. So I created the separate little account for it. So in 3 months, I've made like close to 1,000, like 800, which I'm like, my husband's like, don't quit your job. I'm like, no, don't go crazy. Thank God I have a profession, but is it a future? Is it my what I want to do? Yeah, I would love to quit my job and do this full time because, like, I hear so many moms. I don't want my son to be 5 years old and I can't make the breakfast and I can't volunteer and I can't. So that is my goal. Money wise, I don't know what my goal is, not yet. But I will tell you that, yeah, it was like baby, and then like 300, and it's just it helps. Like this, I was able to pay a little more on my credit card this month. So I was like, okay, little by little. I don't want to touch it. I just wanted to see where it grew, but I touched it. I tapped into it. But I'm glad because it's extra money that would not have been there. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that is awesome. My God. Thank you so much for sharing. And obviously, you keep doing what you're doing and expanding the way you think. The sky's the limit. We know because we live that, breathe that every single day. So congratulations and thank you for sharing tonight. So you guys, we're nearing the 9:30 mark. Becky always jokes that she turns into a pumpkin at 9:30. So wait for it; it's coming. But let me just wrap this up by saying we hope that we inspired you to take action in your life today, whether it's coming into the business because you need to really work on yourself. Remember, I've been there too. That's how I came in. That's how Paulina came in. To taking the bull by the horns like Becky and Anna have and going for it right from the beginning. Regardless, we hope that we've inspired you to think a little bit differently tonight and to join our team. We have an amazing team. I always say we're like the United Nations of Beachbody because we're so inclusive. We're so different, all of us, but we come with love and respect and we help each other, and it's really become family to us. Diesel Nation is our family. So how do you sign up? That's the magic question if you're deciding to join us. Number one, I will say, like Paulina said, talk to your coach. That's going to be your number one resource coming on to Diesel Nation. You want to reach out to them or they will follow up, coaches follow up with you and talk to you about the best way to become a coach. There's going to be a few kinds of people listening to this call. One already is in a challenge group. Perhaps you came in with our new program, Ultimate Portion Fix, or maybe you came in a few months ago with Transform 20. You've already purchased a challenge pack. You have your Shakeology. Talk to your coach because what you can do is sign up. There is a $40 fee, but you can get that fee refunded because you bought a challenge pack. The challenge pack is the key here. If you don't have anything and you're just like, I want in, I want to get healthy and fit, I want to be a coach as well, I want to be part of the team, then we recommend the challenge pack because you don't have to pay that $40 fee to sign up. And you're asking, what's a challenge pack? So a challenge pack is a package deal that comes with your fitness or nutrition education program, like Paulina talked about, with your supplements. And supplements, I use that term loosely. It's either Shakeology or our performance line, which is Recover. There's a lot of performance line supplements, but the two central ones are called Recover and Energize. Everybody needs Energize in their life, right? Especially the moms that are running around with the kids all day long. Energize is life. So you want to get that challenge pack to become a coach. Your coach will set up a link for you. It's so easy, and then you just check out and you're a coach. We do pay a $15.95 business fee every single month. That is like our overhead fee. So I'm just going to briefly say that my husband just opened a restaurant. We became investors in a restaurant here in Miami. And overhead for a restaurant is $1 bazillion. Like, I don't even have to say the number. You guys know that opening a brick and mortar retail store or a restaurant, it caught up front, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be successful, right? It's a lot of money to then work to try to get a return. In our business, which is in stark contrast to that, our fee is $15.95. And with that, we get all the tools that Paulina talked about. We get an amazing online office. We have training systems created by Beachbody, not just our team, but by Beachbody. We don't touch product, you guys. That's very different from other companies that like this one. Our customers basically get a link, they order, Beachbody ships them their product, takes care of everything. We have a customer service line, we have a coach relations line. Once you start leveling up in your business, you get special lines. Like, there's like all these things that you get for $15.95 a month. And on top of that, you've heard us say it over and over again on this call, we get a 25% discount on everything. So bingo, like at the very least, at the very minimum, you're going to get a discount on Shakeology that can legit change your life from the inside out, like it did for all of us. So you guys, it's time to say goodnight. I want to say thank you to Paulina, to Becky, and to Anna for sharing your stories. And for all of you that took time to listen to this or will listen to the recording, we hope to see you on Diesel Nation. We hope that you've made your list of 3 people. So as soon as you become a coach, you can hit the ground running and help others change their life. So you guys, good night. Love you all. Mwah. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.